So you guys know I've been living here in Europe for the last 4 years. And every year, right after Thanksgiving or close to that, I'll buy a ticket and I'll go home for the holidays and for Christmas. Gotta see my friends, gotta see my family. Don't always like them that much, but you know how it be. Now, anybody who lived overseas before, you know that electronics are very, very expensive, especially living in Europe because you have that 30% tax you gotta pay. So, me, I said one day, you know what, I'm gonna go to Best Buy and go to the mall and buy me some stuff. So when I come back to Poland, I'll be good, right? Because I was there anyway. So I decided to go and do some electronic shopping to come back to Poland. Stopped by Best Buy that didn't have what I wanted. I went to Apple. And I went to Apple. The young lady saw I was there. She signed me in, right, with the iPad, actually for a water, because they got that good customer service. Now, out the corner of my eye, I'm waiting, right, to make an order or a purchase. There's a kind of a heavy set black lady staring at me. I can catch her at the corner of my eye because she's so big. She's like omnipresent. I can see her anywhere, right? I'm just like, you know how you feel when somebody's staring at you, right? So I'm like, man, this ma staring at me, dog. So I'm looking and I don't recognize her, and she's still staring at me like she's trying to figure out who I am. And I'm thinking like, damn, this probably somebody I done roasted on a YouTube video. She about to come over here and set it off in the Apple. I'm like, oh Lord. So I'm like, man, look, let me brace myself. I'm about to cut somebody out. She's still looking at me, and she got some like 2 kids around her or something like that. So she comes up to me. Her and the 2 little boys or whatever, they kind of like following behind her. Eventually, she's like, "Oh, Shay." I'm like, "Yes." She was like, "You don't remember me?" So I'm thinking it's somebody from YouTube or something. I was like, "No." She was like, "This is Lashana." I'm like, "Lashana from Grant High School?" She's like, "Yes." I was like, "Oh, girl, how you been?" She was like, "I'm good. How you been?" I'm like, "I'm fine." She's like, "Yeah, I can see you fine." Now, I know she's lying because no way in hell she could have thought I was fine. But anyways, she then began to tell me, like, what she's been up to, which was, not a whole bunch of nothing. She got 3 kids now, 2 different baby daddies, divorced. And she'd even told me, like, she heard that I went to, Europe and went to medical school. She had saw a few of my YouTube videos, and she saw some of my vlogs in Africa. And so she was like, that's interesting. I wish I could travel like you do. She was like, you're not married yet. I don't have a girlfriend. And I'm lightweight listening to what she's saying. I'm like, okay, you trying to lightweight pick up on me right now. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, why don't you give me a call sometime so we can hang out? So, that was it. And she left, right? But she was giving me the vibe. Like, she wanted to give me those draws. Now, why is this important? Let me kind of go back to this. Lashana was the finest girl in our high school. At least top 5. I'm talking about cheerleader. I'm talking about thick. I'm talking about everything, dog. I'm just being real. Girl was beautiful. And when I was in high school, she was looking at me like I was nothing. I'm just going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Lashana. What's up? It was kind of like that, right? And the dude that she was dating, like one of the dudes she was dating was like the best receiver in class or whatever, right? He had a good, he was pretty good. But he not doing nothing now. And all the niggas that she used to be dating are bums, strung out on drugs, working at a low income job or whatever. But your boy, the late bloomer Negro, is who she want now, right? And I want to talk to you brothers about this because this is important, man. The rise of the late bloomer black man is in effect. Because I used to remember, man, like, why she won't date me? Like, why all the hot chicks won't date me? In high school, this is what I used to think, right? And I was still studying. You understand what I'm saying? Nights where you studying, you trying to get into college, doing your college applications, catching the bus. Even when you get into college, right? You still catching the bus. Ain't nobody paying attention to you. You working in early in the morning, don't get off till late at night. Nobody's seeing what you doing. And these chicks having their fun with everybody else. But oh boy, when the late bloomer brother blossoms. Ain't it something to sit back when you got your stuff together, you got your passport, you got your new house, you got a new car, you got a career. Because why? While all those other dudes was sitting around playing, smoking weed, drinking liquor, not being serious about their life, look at you now. So much so that the chicks who used to hate on you want to date you now. Ain't that what Mike Jones said? Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. That's true. And see, the late bloomer brother, and I was talking about that with Obsidian last night, you have a lot of power in your decisions. And I'm trying to tell you, because when you have done everything right and you set yourself up right, the chicks who used to want you can't get you. And the chicks in their prime are competing for you like crazy. I'm telling you, man, don't believe me, in America, go to Black America, right? Chicks 21, 22, 23, they don't want to date nobody their age. I mean, let's just be honest, man. The girls that's 23, 24, they don't want to date nobody their age. They trying to date somebody with their stuff together. And Lord have mercy, don't let you go over to Africa, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya. Man, listen. The late bloomer brother, man, is arrived. He got his pick. Of the chicks in their prime. But see, here's the thing. It's hard going through it, though, right? Hard being broke. And I'm going to talk about being broke in the big city in another video. It's hard as a black man when you coming up and everybody else doing stuff. You struggling. You ain't got the new shoes at that time. You ain't got the new car at that time. But you're learning the life skills. How to manage money. Right? How to reinvest in your education. Let me tell you something, man. When I was in college, right? I'll be working part-time. Sometimes full-time. I would have friends who would be in college. At the schoolhouse, man. Real stuff. Brand new shoes on, no bucks. They was coming up to the college, man. Not even, I'm talking about missing classes. Didn't buy the books. Using their little checks and stuff like that to buy brand new shoes. Just hanging out at the cafeteria playing dominoes. And even in college, these girls was dating these kind of guys, man. I'm telling you. You the one that's paying for the tutoring. You the one that's paying for the books. You the one that's paying for the school to do all that. And you know you're going to win in the end. You're going to win in the end with a black woman. You might win in the end with a woman that's not black. I'm telling you, when you come along, don't worry about it. Because what? Like the Apostle Paul say in the Bible, in due season. A lot of brothers got to know. And this is an important thing, brother. Why was you not getting your play in high school? Why didn't the girls like you when you was 20? Wasn't your time. Sometimes you need some time for your body to fill out a little bit. All right? Sometimes you ain't hit the maturity yet, physically or mentally. It's not your time right now. We've seen that with NFL players. Look at Steve Young. Could he always have the potential to play? Sure. It wasn't his time to play, though. When it was his time, that's when he started to play. Same thing with Tom Brady. Wasn't Tom Brady time right then, but it's his time right now, right? He was a guy that was, what, 6th, 7th round pick? I remember. I was watching the draft. I said, the dude's going to be good one day. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, it don't matter where you been, it's where you at right now. And when you arrive, you hot right now, that's what people look for. Especially the ladies. So trust me. Trust the process as a black man, right? You might not be the stereotypical brother. You might be the nerdy brother, right? You might be the corny brother. But the point of the matter is that you are going to be on the prowl. The late bloomer brother, the educated brother, the guy that's doing everything right, like Obsidian says, he's the guy that is going to be the person that can have a lot of power at his decision. And a lot of times getting told no up front, man, it's, it's a part of the process. Don't get mad at women for it. You ain't got to be mean and, because the girl got big. Like, I didn't go over there, oh, look at you now, you all fat. You don't have to do that, man. You let your work speak for itself. You ain't got to throw it in nobody's face, brother. You don't have to do that. You just keep on rising and trust that process, and everything else going to come into place. Because why? It might not be your time right now, but when it is your time, it's going to be a time for a long time. Let me talk about this real quick before I go. Athletes, Pookies and Ray Rays, have a short time, period, to reign. Sorry about that. Short time. Right? You have a long time. Late bloomer, professional black men, skilled black men, your time don't end until you get up out of here. Guys in the NFL, their time is until when they 30, 25. You know what I'm saying? NBA players, it's a short span. But when you get your stuff together, you in it for the long run. So that's all you got to remember, man. Play the long game. Don't be jealous of guys in the short game. Play the long game, brothers. So, guys, check out the newest video for the curvy rates in the Patreon. Description is right there. Thank you guys for supporting the Patreon at $5 a month. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and support Black Male Media. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.